What's up guys, it's me, and today I'm trying something new. This is going to be a scripted, structured video about my and many others' qualms with Looney, the way he handles situations, and the way he runs his game. Keep in mind, some of the things I say here are opinions, and some of them aren't. With that being said, enjoy the video.
Stop! Please! I beg you!
So, I'm assuming all of you know what Gacha Life is and the main issues I have with it. If not, here's a very, very quick summary.
Basically, Gacha Life is a dress-up game made by Luname Studios, or Luna as the creator goes by. Most of the community is made up of children, and a disturbing amount of this content is videos and images very sexual in nature. Looney, the aforementioned creator, actively ignores this highly illegal problem, as we'll get into now.
Now that you're all filled in on the basics, let's get started. First of all, allow me to show you some of the actual things present in this game, such as 9/11 jokes. I'm personally not against this. However, this is a really bad joke. It's not funny, didn't laugh. And not only that, but the Gacha kids themselves seem really offended by 9/11 jokes, so a bit of a hypocrisy situation there. Very inappropriate poses, expressions, and abilities to play the game. Very, very disgusting references to very disgusting hentais, sexual descriptions for characters, adult-oriented chat rooms in a game made for children and marketed towards children, lingerie, animated poses that depict a character thrusting. Many people, concerned siblings, disgusted individuals, and the like have reached out to Looney's many official accounts, with the only responses being automated replies, deflections of criticism without any promise to fix it, or empty promises to fix things in a future update. Let's go through the first set of screenshots. Before I get into this, I'd like to thank my friend Burb on Discord for providing these ones to me. She reached out to Looney on Twitter, and this is the response she had. Her first message reads as such: "Is there a reason to why the response to messages I've seen that were sent by other people are automated or copy pastes? If the issue at hand will be taken care of in a future update, how soon is the update? What do we do about the literal minors and children who are under the ages of 12 that use your app for making explicit stories? Or does that not matter? Do you let children do whatever they please and attract the attention of potential pedophiles? Even though these messages come to you by the dozen, I have a little sister that uses your apps. I'm very concerned that she may get into deep trouble when watching the videos the users of your app make. I want to protect her. I want to make sure that she doesn't see these things. She's only 10 years old. I'm literally begging you that you do something about this immediately. I'm almost sure you're going to give me your auto reply of the future update thing, but for the love of God, protect the children. I can't stress this enough. This is even a mother talking. It's a concerned teenager. I'll be waiting for your reply from the legitimate Looney or whatever his name may be. This is serious and I'm not afraid to file a police report." So already we have some very good questions directed at Looney and his gang, but the response is given is rather, shall we say, disappointing. The messages you've seen were sent by an actual person. We have a seemingly automated response because it is our legitimate response to the same exact question. I don't know for sure when the update can be. We are working on it though. Now this part I don't really doubt. Having hundreds of those messages a day would prove tiring if you have the same response. That doesn't mean the response is good necessarily, but I can't understand where the copy-paste come from. This, however, is really the only bit of leeway I can give them because it just goes downhill from there. It does matter to us, and we greatly dislike the inappropriate nature in which some people choose to use the games. Really now, because if you didn't like it, you'd make a fucking effort to fix it. They try to justify them doing nothing in the next few lines, but it's just flimsy excuses that can easily be proven wrong. It only further shows the lengths these oafs will go to expend literally no energy trying to fix their extremely broken community. However, because of the way our games are designed, customizable, there's not a way for us to control the way our users create things with the games. If we were to remove that, there would be nothing left. This honestly pisses me off. You have every way to control aspects of your game. You are literally the developers. They say that stripping the game of its customizability, that it would leave nothing left. This is an argument I've actually seen kids from my comment section use, so you know it's a really good one. They react as if we're asking them to remove the ability to customize outfits. No, you idiots. We're asking you to remove ways children can make sexual content with your game. Some examples would be to A. Remove sexual clothing, skin-colored clothing, and sexual poses. Remove the adult-oriented chat rooms. Place basic restrictions on what you can type in the speech bubbles. If Minecraft servers can do it, so can a team of developers. Those are not unreasonable requests. Removing/modifying those things would barely affect gameplay, and if taking those basic things away would leave it with nothing left, as you so claim, then that's an even bigger problem. Remember, this is a literal children's game. Adult-oriented chat rooms, lingerie, and the ability to make your character say "fuck my ass daddy" have no place in children's games. We are trying to combat this by focusing on the healthy and positive and appropriate content that so many users do create and celebrating that instead of giving the inappropriate posts any attention at all, since negative attention is still attention nonetheless. There we go, folks. Looney is literally admitting to doing fucking nothing about these posts. The people that make these NSFW posts aren't Mostly people that are attention seekers, Looney. These are people that look up to you and like your content. It's absolutely incredible that this cretin can't understand this, but people that like you and your content will listen to you. If you publicly condemn NSFW videos and explain the consequences of making that type of shit underage, along with how this might attract unwanted attention from pedophiles, I will bet money that people will listen to you and stop. You're not always going to get everyone, but the fact that you're not even going to fucking try and stop these kids while actively playing the don't like it, don't watch it card is absolutely deplorable. I hope this answer suffices you, and I hope you understand that this is not something that we are overlooking or ignoring. Thanks for reaching out. Except that you are. You literally said that you were ignoring the situation in the last few sentences. Did this person even fucking read their message back before they sent it? Looney should hire me as his PR guy. I would do a much better job than whatever dunce is typing out that absolute dumpster fire of a reply. Look, in this reply I'm about to show here, they even admit that they're not fucking sure ignoring it would help. We are trying very hard to focus on the good and positive parts of the community and ignoring these inappropriate posts, so hopefully without the negative attention, they stop. Hopefully. I love how they said hopefully, like they don't even fucking know if it might help. Hoping these things stop isn't good enough, Looney. You have to make it stop. If these kids know that there will be no real consequences for their actions, they're just gonna keep doing it. And suddenly the problem's worse because there's no punishment for this. Does Looney even know he has the power to stop these kids? He's either incredibly ignorant or incredibly stupid, and I hope it's the latter even though evidence says otherwise, because willfully ignoring children making literal porn with your app is utterly reprehensible. As we saw from the last segment, Looney absolutely refuses to take responsibility for his cesspool of a fandom and willfully ignores everything that could be and needs to be fixed. This isn't the only thing he's done regarding the sexual nature of his games, however, as we'll soon get to see. So here we have an interesting assortment of chat rooms, with a screenshot plucked directly from the app itself. Let's go over the Eki chat room first. Eki, according to Wikipedia, is an often slang term in the Japanese language for playfully sexual actions. As an adjective, it is used with the meaning sexy, dirty, or naughty. Now, why exactly is a chat focused on this type of behavior displayed in a kid's game? I feel like I need to keep reminding you that this app is marketed towards literal children because a lot of the content in it doesn't really show that. Even if you are an adult, why in the fresh hell would you be talking dirty on a kid's app? That's really fucking weird. There are other places to do that. Take your degeneracy somewhere else, please. Not to mention the number of the adult chat room being 69. Subtle, Looney. And another quirky little thing. When you go to your character's profile, you have the option to select the relationship. And if you look right down there at the bottom, what two statuses can you see? Master and pet. Again, I must ask you, why the hell are those two suggestive ass relationship status present in a, say it with me folks, children's game? And that's not all. For the personality section, you can see two lovely little selections right next to each other, sadist and masochist. Well, if you don't know, those are terms to describe deriving sexual pleasure from inflicting pain on others, sadist, and deriving sexual pleasure from one's own pain or humiliation, masochist. Now, you can argue that these terms don't necessarily have to mean their literal definitions, but I'd say that a child will likely not know what these terms mean, look them up, and use them literally. You know children use this app, and yet you put those there anyway. Funny, this needs to be told to you by a literal minor while you're a fully grown adult. And while we're at it, let's get a short rundown of another official Luname response. Hi, thanks for your concerns. I love how they couldn't even punctuate the first line properly. The Eki and adult-only chat rooms are meant for our more mature users to have conversations with each other. Reiterating my point from earlier, your app is targeted towards children. Why in God's green earth would you need Eki and 18+ chat rooms? That's completely unnecessary, and if some weirdo wants to get off on a chat site in a game for kids, maybe that's not something you want to provide for them. Leave adult chatting to places that are made for adults. There's literally no reason to have them in a game geared towards kids. There are many chat rooms for our younger audience, but some of our users aged 13+ wanted some of their own too, so that's why they are included. Dude, 13+? You're referring to an Eki chat as 13+? Ew, that's giving me Sasuke Situation vibes, but that's a story for another video. 13 is not an appropriate age to have these chats. The 13/teenager only chats weren't mentioned in the previous lines of your message, so why bring up the age 13? The user's concerns were about the adult-oriented chat rooms. Nowhere, and I repeat, nowhere respectable has 13 as the age of consent. 16 to 18 is what you should have said, not 13. Sure, horny teens exist, but that doesn't mean it's your job to help them get their little rocks off. There are other outlets for early teens to use. Gacha Life should not be one of them. The main focus of the game is to make funny little skits and go about making funny little anime characters, not to get off with other questionably aged users. And you know, I'm not even done. You know what else is in this game? A Boku no Pico reference. In case you're blissfully unaware, Boku no Pico is a Shotokan, male version of Lolicon being anime girls depicted heavily underage, hentai, about an adult man who forms a romantic and sexual relationship with a much younger boy. That's coming from Wikipedia again, and yes, there is a Wikipedia for this quote-unquote anime. Unfortunately, there is a lot of sexual actions depicted in this anime, and although it is heavily censored in the typical Japanese fashion, the acts are explicitly depicted along with realistic sound effects. Don't fucking watch that shit, I'm warning you. To leave a reference to what's basically animated pedo child porn in a game is absolutely revolting. Enough said. I do not need to explain myself. Looney, you're a deplorable cunt, yet somehow I'm not surprised you put this in here. So now that you made it this far, thank you. I hope your opinion of Looney has at least been reevaluated, if not completely changed if you're a fan of him, because this shit is degeneracy at its finest and should not be allowed to slide. In conclusion, Looney is a weirdo who ignores any criticism aimed at his questionable moderation of his community and game, lets completely inappropriate content and aspects of his game be shown to a child demographic, and it doesn't care at all. It's pathetic that he needs to be called out on this because any sane human would know that the shit he does is not okay. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.